US President Donald Trump meets with oil executives at White House, seeks $100 billion for Venezuela, urges fixing rotting industry in Caracas. As Iran remain on the edge, Trump says Iran in big trouble, threatens strikes again if violence continues. Trump escalates Greenland threat, warns that if the US can't acquire it the easy way, it will do so the hard way. Big twist in Sabrimala gold theft scandal. Chief priest arrested by SIT devotees protest while ED has filed a money laundering case. A speeding Audi ran amok in Jaipur, striking pedestrians. One person has been killed so far and 16 injured. Police have arrested one suspect while 3 others remain absconding. Death toll rises to 14 in Himachal Pradesh bus accident. PM Modi condoles loss of life. Ex gratia of rupees 2 lakh has been announced. High drama from Delhi to Kolkata as Mamata Banerjee goes on warpath against BJP and ED for raids at IPAC offices. ED alleges evidence tampering, court rejects urgent hearing. Madras High Court overturns single judge verdict on Vijay's film. Final film to miss Pongal release. KVN Productions to move Supreme Court on Monday. After massive uproar, Uttarakhand Chief Minister orders CBI probe into Ankita Bhandari murder case. The 2022 case resurfaces following questioning of an actress in emergence of VIP's name. So we begin with Iran. Unrest in Iran has reached a deadly peak, viewers, with the death toll crossing over 60. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in his first major address since protests erupted 2 weeks ago, accused demonstrators of acting on behalf of US President Donald Trump. He called Trump arrogant and added that Trump will be overthrown soon. However, with protests which began over Iran's struggling economy have now become a direct challenge to the clerical regime. Now Trump has warned of strikes again, stating that Iran is in big trouble and that the US is watching protests very carefully. Meanwhile, Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi has called for urgent and immediate call for attention, support and action from the US. The turmoil is therefore rippling beyond Iran's borders. Turkish Airlines has cancelled all flights to the country and Dubai airports report at least 6 flights to Tehran, Shiraz and Mashhad have also been scrapped.
So Iran's in big trouble. It looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible just a few weeks ago. We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. So we don't want that to happen. There have been cases like this where President Obama totally backed down. But this is something pretty incredible that's happening in Iran. It's an amazing thing to watch. They've done a bad job. They've treated their people very badly, and now they're being paid back.
So we have CNN News 18 Siddhant Mishra joining us live right now. Siddhant, speaking of Reza Pahlavi's statement, what specific actions is he urging the Iranian diaspora to take at this point?
Well, that's right, Sukanya. So situation remains tensed in Iran. In fact, the protest took place on Thursday. It was after the call by Reza Pahlavi. In fact, on Friday also, he urges protesters to continue with the protest. In fact, every day he's coming up with a post on X and with a video message for the protesters. Yesterday, in fact, he urges President Trump to intervene. In fact, he also, on social media platform, informed President Trump about the developments taking place in Iran, that how people are coming on streets, massive protests is underway, not only in Tehran, but in Mashhad, Kermanshah, and Iran Sheher, and in fact in almost all Bandar Abbas, in all the cities, prominent cities of Iran. And the fact is, in fact, Sukanya, that from 28th December, it all started by traders and businessmen because they were angry about the state of economy, the poor condition of economy. So this protest first started on 28th December, and it's been more than 12, 13 days that protest is still continuing, and it is in fact. Protesters are more and more protesters are joining these groups, the student groups, businessmen groups, women are coming on streets, and in fact there are dedicated groups supporting Reza Pahlavi's return. In fact, the slogans are being made in support of Reza Pahlavi, against the Iranian regime, etc., etc. So this is all what is happening in Iran from last 10 days. Now, yesterday it was the first time when Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei addressed people of Iran, and in fact, he said that he very well understands the concerns of the people, that the businessmen are not being able to do the businesses, etc. And he said that he very well understands it, and they have all the right to protest. But he also says that the rioters and the anti social elements perhaps are doing things to please America. So direct accusation on America. Perhaps he's directly accusing America and Israel for interfering in the domestic matters of Iran. In fact, yesterday, Supreme Leader also announced direct cash transfer to the people of Iran, which is about $7, if I'm not mistaken, in Iranian currency, to support their living. So steps and measures are being taken. In fact, the Iranian regime also assured that at the highest level, the policy is being formulated to navigate country through these tough times, since economy is not performing well. Iran has been sanctioned heavily by the United States. They are not being able to sell their oil, things like that. So yesterday's address by Ali Khamenei once again accused United States and Israel for interfering in the domestic matters of Iran. But Sukanya, the fact is that the situation is tensed. Many government buildings have been torched in Iran. The IRGC and their paramilitary forces are trying to stop the protesters, in fact, trying to use force also on the protesters. And at various places, the clashes have also been reported between the Iranian forces and the protesters. Even the public servants' houses were also attacked. The governor's house was also governor's house also came under the attack. In fact, all the countries have issued advisories for their citizens with regards to development in Tehran. Many have already partially shut their mission operations in Iran. In fact, India has also come up with the advisory. So situation is indeed tensed. And in fact, now we have this statement from President Trump. He says that if the regime will kill the protesters, then United States will intervene.
Right. Siddhant, stay with us. So we're getting information that why is Iran witnessing widespread turmoil, viewers? At this point, it is very important to understand that why is Iran witnessing widespread turmoil. As per media reports, as you can see, rising prices, high inflation and unemployment have put severe pressure on ordinary Iranians, triggering widespread anger over falling living standards, viewers. Strict controls on political activity and limited freedom of expression have left little space for dissent, viewers, making street protests one of the few outlets for public frustration. We're given to understand that the strict enforcement of mandatory hijab laws and broader social controls have now sparked repeated protests, especially among women and young people. Security forces have also used force to disperse demonstrations, with media reports of deaths and arrests further inflaming public outrage. We also have accusations of corruption, lack of transparency and privileges enjoyed by the ruling elite have deepened resentment now against government institutions. So, Siddhant, back to you. Trump has been repeatedly warning Tehran for a really long time now. And they have also been speaking about regime change. Now, do you think it is just Western wishful thinking, or could Iran also face a fate like Venezuela did?
No, as you rightly said, Sukanya, I in fact visited Iran a couple of years back. I speak to people there, journalists, influencers, etc. And there has always been a resentment, a feeling of anger against the regime from a very long time. In fact, time and again, people also attempted to protest, to speak against the government, but they could not because of the regime. I think there were some protests in 2022, 2019, 2007 and 8. Those protests were small in numbers. Not many people could participate in those protests or could join those groups. They were crushed by the Iranian regime at that point only. But now what is happening is unprecedented and massive. This is huge. This Iran has never witnessed this level of protest and anger ever in last so many decades. So situation is serious on ground. It is tensed, and protesters are not ready to back off. They are not ready to buy any kind of assurance coming from the Iranian regime. Their president also confessed that it's his failure. Their foreign minister also made a statement. The other people in the Security Council are also speaking to media, in a way trying to calm down the protesters. But this time around, it looks like the protesters are in no mood to end the protest or listen to what the Iranian regime is saying. In fact, they are offering direct cash transfer of about $6 to $7, but they're not in a mood. So definitely, there was a fault line existing in Iran. Driven by the poor economic condition, dip in currency, traders not being able to trade, businessmen are not being able to do business, oil sanctions on oil. A lot of factors were in play, and Reza Pahlavi sitting in United States making statements on Iran and urging people to come to the streets to protest, etc., has fueled this entire protest movement, and now it is really difficult and challenging for the regime to calm down the protesters. And in fact, you see on Thursday, Friday, both the days massive protest took place in Iran, despite the internet blackout, despite clampdown on the protesters. The forces are also trying to use force at various places. Many have also been arrested. Many have got killed. So, Kanya, as you were pointing out, but this protest, it doesn't look like that this protest is going to stop anytime soon.
Right, Siddhant, stay with us. We have more news coming in from Tehran. We're given to understand that senior Iranian official Hassan Raimpour Asghari said that Iran should do with Trump what they did to Maduro. We're given to understand that he has said that Iran should do with Trump what he did to Maduro, and he added that Trump must pay the price and expressed hope that the US president would be captured in response to Washington's stance on protests in Iran. So we have Major General A.K. Sawan joining us live right now on the broadcast. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. So you're probably the best person to comment on the situation right now. How seriously do you think Iranian authorities are treating Asghari's remarks at an official level, sir?
As far as Iran situation is concerned, very fluid. A number of people have been killed. Almost about 100 people have been killed. The internet has been completely blocked. The line communication has been also cut. The people are on the streets, and the protests are now spread out the complete country. And Iran, Ayatollah Khomeini, the supreme leader, is feeling the heat. Now the point comes, what will be the next course of action as far as the US and other countries are concerned? And Donald Trump has already given a warning that in case if violence is used by the Iran authorities against the protesters, they will intervene. To me, it looks like that they are unlikely to directly intervene because that will be to the interest of Ayatollah al-Khamenei. Then he can say this, they've been attacked by America and Israel, and that will again put the country together. What they are trying to do is now put tremendous pressure on Ayatollah Khamenei, try to give whatever support they can give through their agents, which they have already infiltrated in Iran in form of CIA and Mossad, and trying to activate and put more sanctions and take the whole world together. In a sense, the US will not intervene until it has a UN backing. They are not going to directly go, but they will make sure that the present government, which is now in a dire situation, should not come out. Because if you remember in 2022, the same situation came on hijab protest. That time the Iran authority could crush it, and again the situation became normal. Now they don't want the situation to become normal. Now the protest must keep on going on, and they must now increase. And it looked like that there is a total violence on the street. People are this thing, and the economic sanctions are making a difference. Today, why the people came on the street is that the inflation is more than 45%. Economic situation is so bad that the local currency, which is Iran, has fallen down considerably in comparison to dollar. It is about $1 equivalent to 1.5 million riyal. And there is jobs have been lost. People are finding it difficult to have a day-to-day life, and they feel that there is huge corruption in Iran, and there is no democracy. So the point is, it is a accumulation of many issues which have now come, and this anger can be seen of the people on the street. To make it look like that it is the end of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei regime if the protests continue like this. Because this time America is not going to leave it, because they will go all out to ensure these protests are not crushed. And as on today, it seemingly looks the things are going out of hand of Ayatollah Khamenei, because he is not able to control it. And the president himself has agreed there is an economic failure as far as Iran is concerned. Remember, the Iran had, over a period of time, had made its industrial military complex very powerful. But what has happened is, own economy has gone down. The people are feeling the pain. The heat is on the day-to-day life. Inflation, unemployment, corruption. These are the certain things which are now become, very important for the people. To make it look like the situation is really, really.
Right. That was Major General A.K. Savanch with us, live viewers. Thank you so much, General, for sharing your very crucial input with us, and Siddhant as well for sharing your perspective with us. And with that, we're slipping into a very short break. You're watching CNN News 18. We'll be back with more stories.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Assam, where big revelation by Assam Chief Minister, and he says that he will reveal all the details of the SIT investigation against Ali Taqi Sheikh and others in January itself. Revelations will be damning, and further investigation by central agencies will bring out the full picture of the heinous acts. Now we're just getting this breaking update from the Chief Minister of Assam, and he says that the details of the special investigation team and all the details against Ali Taqi Sheikh and all the others accused will be revealed in January itself. He also adds that the revelations will be damning, and further investigations by central agencies will bring out the full picture of the heinous acts. Now we're joined by CNN News 18's Payal. Payal, thank you for joining us. Now the Chief Minister has indicated the full details of the report against Ali Taqi Sheikh and also others that will be revealed in January. Can you outline the specific reasons for this timeline that he has provided?
In February last year, an FIR was lodged by the Assam police in reference to Taqi, and basically his association with Gaurav Gogoi, is a member of parliament, from Assam as well, and the family's connection with Pakistan as well. Having said that, The SIT has already submitted a report to the government, and the government is in possession of the report, which talks about damning facts that can actually tell you what links the Gogol family, especially Gaurav's wife, has with Pakistan. And that is something which is there for the people to take a call on. But Himanta Biswa Sharma, the Chief Minister of the state, feels there is more that has to be uncovered. There are more facts that have to be out because he has limited access to information, and the state will have limited access to the information, given the fact that they will need a larger probe in this by a central agency to get to the core of it. What is the connection of Tawqir with Gaurav Gogoi? What is the connection of Gaurav Gogoi and his wife with Pakistan? All of these things have been there in the public domain. You've seen a war of words being exchanged over the last year or so between Gaurav Gogoi and Himanta Biswa Sharma at various levels, with Himanta Biswa Sharma alleging that Gaurav Gogoi had strong connections with Pakistan. His wife and him made a lot of things privy to Pakistan, which they should not really have. That's the allegations coming in. So, of course, Himanta Biswa Sharma making it very clear that the probe will be handed to a central agency, namely NIA, by this month itself.
Right. Payal, do stay on with us while we're getting a statement from the Chief Minister himself. Let's take a look.
আমি জানুয়ারি